Hello, Junior 5, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. Well, last term we started writing narrative writing. We took stories, a horror story and an adventure story, but this term our writing is going to be a little bit more different. We're not going to write stories, we are going to write essays. Now, an essay is a writing divided also into 4 paragraphs, but it deals more with issues, with points of views. Okay, so today we are going to learn how to write an argumentative essay. Now, the word argumentative comes from the word argument. And what's an argument? An argument is when you and another person have different points of view on a certain topic. So you start to argue. You think that your point of view is the right one, and he or she thinks that their point of view is the right one. So this is an argument. So an argumentative essay, what does it do? It helps introduce the reader to different points of views. Okay, and it gives examples on those 2 points. Okay, so let us start by knowing how am I going to organize my writing in an argumentative essay. Now, first of all, before I write, I should read the rubric very well, because the rubric gives me the topic that I'm going to write the essay about. What is the argument going to be about? Okay, now this is number 1. Number 2, you have to choose a side according to the topic. You're either with or against. For example, if my essay is about if my essay is about, let's say, the pros and cons of drinking cola. So we know that drinking soda or cola it can be bad for your health. Also, it can have good things to it if you want to think about it. So here you have to choose a side. You're either with or against, and pros and cons mean the advantages and the disadvantages of my topic. Now, the pros of a topic is the advantages, the good things. The cons of a topic is the disadvantages, the bad things. So here you have to choose a side. You're either with the pros or with the cons. You're either with drinking cola or against drinking cola. You have to choose your side from the beginning. And of course, number 3, you have to choose a title that is related to your topic. Again, for example, if my topic is about cola or fizzy drinks, my title cannot be, for example, watching TV. So it has to be related to the topic that I'm going to discuss in my writing. Okay, so this is before you start to write. Now, in the first paragraph here, we started to write. So my first paragraph is going to be the introduction. Now, what am I going to write in the introduction? I'm going to introduce the topic and state that it's a controversial issue. What do I mean by controversial issue? It means that this topic, people argue on it. Some people see that it's a good thing, some people see that it's a bad thing. So I have to say that it's a controversial issue. For example, if I'm writing an essay about, again, let's say, drinking fizzy drinks, I start by saying, well, it's known that fizzy drinks is something that we all drink and enjoy having with our lunch. Some people see that fizzy drinks. They make, for example, drinking and eating more nice, and some people see that it's bad for our health. So this topic is a controversial issue, okay? And of course we have to say in number 2 that there are advantages and disadvantages to this topic. There are advantages, for example, to drinking fizzy drinks, and disadvantages, of course, to drinking it. Okay, so again, in the introduction, I introduced the topic that I'm going to talk about, and I say that it's a controversial issue. And of course, I have to say that there are advantages and disadvantages to this topic. Okay, now, the second paragraph, I'm going to start by the cons, the bad things, okay? So we're going to start by the opposite point of view, against. So people who are against, for example, drinking fizzy drinks. Why are they against it? We have to state at least 3 reasons, okay, that support this opinion. So I have to say 3 reasons of why people are against drinking fizzy drinks. For example, we can say it can cause your blood sugar to be high. Okay, it can make people or it can cause weight gain. It can make people chubby. It has a lot of health issues. It can cause your bones to be weak. Okay, so you have to start by saying the cons, or the point of view that is against this topic, and we give 3 reasons at least that support this opinion. At least 3 reasons. You can give, of course, more than that, but it's I don't think I think more 5 is a good number, not more than that. Okay, just 5 maximum, and 3 as a minimum. Okay, so this is my second paragraph. Now, in my third paragraph here, I talk about the pros, the people that are with this point of view. So you state the other point of view, the people that are with. So the pros of drinking cola, like we said, for example, the good things about it. For example, it tastes sweet. Some people say it helps them digest the food. What else? It can make you energetic because it has caffeine. It can make you energetic, feel that you can do a lot of things. Okay, so I state the point of view that is with, and I do not say that I am with this point of view. Okay, I don't say. We said in the beginning I have to choose a side, but I don't mention that I'm with this side yet, either in the second paragraph or in the third paragraph. I am just giving my reader the 2 opposite point of views, the point of view of the against, the cons, the bad things, and the other point of view, that the with, the pros, the good things. Okay, but I do not say at all right now that I'm with which side. Okay, I do not mention that I'm with which side. Okay, and like we said, of course, we have to state at least 3 reasons that support this opinion. 3 reasons why this thing is good. Okay, we said 3 is a minimum number and 5 is a maximum number. Okay, and then I go to the 4th paragraph, the conclusion. This is my last paragraph. I have to say that there will be always people with or against this topic, and then here I state my point of view, the side that you chose, and mention a reason supporting why you chose it that you haven't mentioned before. So this is very important. So here I start my 4th paragraph, the conclusion, the last one, by saying that this topic, for example, drinking fizzy drinks, is always going to be there are always going to be people with drinking and people against drinking those kind of drinks. In my opinion, and you say in my opinion here, you state your point of view. If I am with drinking fizzy drinks, I'm going to say in my opinion, I think drinking fizzy drinks is a good thing, and I give a reason that I haven't mentioned before in my essay, in the second and the third paragraph. I give my own reason, a reason that I haven't mentioned before. Okay, because before you write, you have to make a table of pros and cons, like we're going to see right now. And when you are writing, you have to just keep one reason for yourself to write it in the fourth paragraph. Like we said, for example, here I can say if I'm with drinking fizzy drinks, I can say, for example, something that I did not mention in the third paragraph, that fizzy drinks it can make me feel happy. For example, the sugar in it makes me feel happy. Okay, and if I'm against drinking fizzy drinks, I can say, for example, that in my opinion, where people shouldn't drink fizzy drinks because they can make you feel heavy, bloated. You know, it's the meaning of bloated. You feel heavy after eating food, you cannot do anything, you feel like you want to sleep. Okay, so this is your point of view and the reason that you kept to support this point of view that you haven't mentioned in the second and the third paragraph. Okay, so again, let us revise very quickly. How am I going to organize writing an argumentative essay? First of all, I have to read the rubric well. I have to choose a side. Either I'm with or against this topic, but I just keep my opinion to myself right now. And of course, I have to choose a title that is related to my topic. Then I start writing. The first paragraph is the introduction. Okay, what do? I introduce my topic. I say what I'm going to talk about, and I say that it's a controversial issue. Okay, and of course, I have to say that there are advantages and disadvantages to this topic. Now I go to the second paragraph. The second paragraph is the cons, the bad things. Okay, the opposite point of view, the against, people who are against this this topic, and I have to state, or I have to say 3 reasons at least why people are against this topic. Okay, and we said 3 is the minimum and 5 is a maximum. Now I then go to the third paragraph, the pros. The pros are the advantages, the good things. Okay, so I state the other point of view, the people who are with this topic. Okay, and I do not say yet that I'm with or against. I do not say my own point of view. We said we're going to say my own point of view in the fourth and last paragraph. And of course, I have to state 3 reasons that support this opinion. Why do people think that this is a good thing? At least we said 3 reasons and maximum 5 reasons. And then I go to the fourth paragraph, the conclusion. I have to mention that there will always be people with or against this topic. And here I state my own point of view. I say, in my opinion, I think that this thing is a bad thing or this thing is a good thing. Why? You mention a reason that you haven't mentioned before in the second or the third paragraph. Okay, this was how to write or how to organize my argumentative essay. Now, let us start. Here I'm going to show you an example of writing an argumentative essay. Now, first of all, we read the rubric like you said. You are watching television with your family and you had an argument about the pros and cons of watching it. We said pros are the advantages, the good things, and cons are the disadvantages, the bad things. Okay, Some said it's bad and others agreed it's a good thing. Write an argumentative essay about the pros and cons of TV. Okay? So here, like we said, before I start writing, I have to make a table of the pros, the good things, and the cons, the bad things of watching TV, the advantages and the disadvantages. Now, let's start by the advantages. Now here, we have that it is a good source of information. Of course, TV is a good source of information. Number two, it's a good way to spend time with your family. You can always gather around around TV and watch it together. Number three, it's a good way to pass free time. You can if you're bored, you can watch TV if you want. Number four, it keeps us updated on the latest news. Of course, we all know what is happening from the news, what is the latest news around the world from TV. And number five, the last one, helpful shows that show us how to do things. For example, we have cooking shows, shows that show us how to draw, how to make arts and crafts, for example. Okay, so these are the advantages. Those are the pros, the good things. Now let's go to the cons, the bad things, the disadvantages. So number one, it can cause damage to the eyes, of course. If you watch TV for a long time, it can hurt your eyes. Number two, it kills the imagination in children. It's very bad for children. It can make them have zero imagination. Now, number three, it makes children more violent. Of course, if they watch TV shows that has guns or people who kill other people or things like that. And of course, children should not at all watch those kind of shows. Number four, it can make people lazy. Of course, if you just sit there watching TV doing nothing, it can make you very lazy. And number five, it can be addictive. It can make you want to watch it all the time and do nothing at all. Okay, so before we start to write, we make a table of the disadvantages and the advantages, the pros, and the disadvantages, the cons. So we know what we are going to write in our essay. Now, like we said, we have to choose a title that is related to my topic. Now we are talking about TV, so I have to choose a title that is related to watching TV. We can simply say, here we go, watching TV, good or bad thing. Okay, so this is going to be my title. Okay, now, like we know, we have to leave a space before we start the first paragraph. We said in the first paragraph, this is my introduction. I'm going to introduce the topic, and I have to say that it's a controversial issue, and I have to say that there are people with and against this topic. So how are we going to do it? For example, we can say or we can start by example, since its invention, TV has become something necessary in everyone's houses, for example, or we can say in all our houses or in all our homes. Okay, But so we start by, like we said, introducing the topic. Since its invention, TV has become something necessary in all our homes. We can say watching a lot of TV can have its advantages and disadvantages. Like we said, we have to say that some people are with and against this topic, and it's a controversial issues. Some people are with spending a lot of time watching TV, and some people are against it. Okay, we can say that we have to say that watching TV has spending time watching TV has become a controversial issue. Like we said controversial means people are with, and some people are with and some people are against it. Okay, so this is my introduction. I introduce my topic. I say that there are people with and against it, and it's a controversial issue. So since its invention, TV has become something necessary in all our homes. Watching a lot of TV can have its advantages and disadvantages. Some people are with spending a lot of time watching TV, and some people are against it. Spending time watching TV has become a controversial issue. And here I stop with my first paragraph. Now we said in the second paragraph I start by the cons, by the disadvantages, the people that are against. So how do I start my second paragraph? Spending time watching TV can have a lot of disadvantages. Okay, so this is how I'm going to start my second paragraph. Okay, and then for example, I choose 3. We said 3 is a minimum number, and 5 is the maximum. So we can say TV can cause damage to the eyes. So you just state 3 reasons. For example, TV can cause eye damage if it's watched for a long time. Okay, and then you can also say TV can also help, or TV can also cause a weak, or TV can also be the cause of a weak imagination in children, since they spend time watching shows and not reading, or which makes them reading, or also playing, which makes them use their imagination more. Okay, now like we said, we have to use linking words in my writing, so here I used also, and I'm just going to use 3 reasons in this paragraph. So we can say last but not least, we'll just choose anything. It can make people, or can be addictive. TV, or we can say can make people lazy and cause them to waste a lot of time doing nothing but watching it. Okay, so here, this is my second paragraph, the cons, the disadvantages. Okay, we just stated 3 reasons here. Now, here I'm going to start with in the third paragraph, the advantages, the good things, the people who are with. And like we said, I do not say which side I'm with. If I'm against or with, I do not state at all right now. I have to state it in the fourth and last paragraph. So I start by saying spending time watching TV can have many we can start even better by saying, have to use a linking word, because I'm using or comparing 2 points of view, so we say on the other hand, spending time watching TV can have many advantages. Said we're going to say the pros, and we just use any three good reasons. So we can say it's a good TV can be a good source of information. There are many educational programs, about wildlife or nature, and so on. Okay, now the second reason, we can say that it's a good way to spend time with your family. So watching TV can also be a good way of spending time with your family. Sorry, here. You can all gather around a movie or around a good movie, or a good TV series, especially in Ramadan. We all watch TV series in Ramadan. So especially on holidays, we can say you can also all gather to watch sport events or matches together. Okay, now this is the second the second advantage. Now last but not least, like I said, I'm just using three advantages and three disadvantages. You can also add more, but we said 5 is a maximum number. It keeps us updated on the latest news. TV keeps us updated on the latest news. We know, or I'm sorry, it's a good way to know what's happening around the world. Okay. So this is the second paragraph, the pros, the advantages. On the other hand, spending time watching TV can have many advantages. TV can be a good source of information. There are many educational programs about wildlife or nature and so on. Watching TV can also be a good way of spending time with your family. You can all gather around a good movie or a good TV series, especially on holidays. You can also all gather to watch sport events or matches together. Last but not least, TV keeps us updated on the latest news. It's a good way to know what's happening around the world. So as you have noticed, when I'm stating the reasons, I don't just state the reasons and stop. I write like two sentences about each and every reason, or even maybe one sentence. For example, I said TV can be a good source of information. This is the reason that I wrote in the prose. But here I wrote just one sentence explaining this reason. There are many educational programs about wildlife or nature and so on. Okay, so you just don't state the reasons like this without giving just like a sentence explaining it. Okay, now I go to the fourth and last paragraph, which is my conclusion. In the conclusion, we are going to say that this topic is going to always have, or people are going to always be with and against watching TV. And here I'm going to state the side which I'm with. Okay, so watching a lot, or we can say there are always going to be people with or against watching a lot of TV. There we said we have to say yes. In my opinion here, I say which side I'm with, if I'm with or against. So in my case, I'm against watching a lot of TV. So I start by saying, in my opinion, watching a lot of TV can be a bad thing. And here I give a reason that I haven't mentioned before. So I cannot say, for example, why, because it can cause eye damage, or it can be the cause of a weak imagination. It can make people lazy. So I cannot state at all any of those reasons that I have mentioned. So what do? I go to the table that I made and choose a reason that I haven't mentioned before. So for example, it can be addictive. I'll choose this reason. Okay. So I say watching TV can be addictive, and cause people to or make watching TV can be addictive, or like this, it can make people this is an expression, glued to its screen all the time, doing nothing. Okay? So like this, I finished my essay, my conclusion. We said we have to say that there are always going to be people with or against this issue. So there are always going to be people with or against watching a lot of TV. And here I have to say which side I'm on. How am I going to say it? I start with saying, in my opinion, comma, watching a lot of TV can be a bad thing. This is my own opinion. I'm against watching a lot of TV. If you are with watching a lot of TV, you can also say it. And here I have to give a reason that I haven't mentioned before in my second or third paragraph. So I said watching TV can be addictive. It can make people glued to its screen all the time doing nothing. And I haven't mentioned this reason before in the second paragraph in the disadvantages. Okay, so this was how you write an argumentative essay. I hope that you now have a clear idea of how to organize your writing, of how to organize your introduction, your second paragraph, your third paragraph, and your conclusion, the last one. And I hope that you are going to write good essays that give a clear and good and entertaining arguments, okay, to opposing points of views. Thank you very much, and see you next time.